play. These three words, they're the ones that I live by. With bug eyes, there's nothing that he can't find. We all fly, don't give Buckman the stink eye. Do or die, Schmuel Buckman's a no guy. Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. Go toe to toe with Buckman, he will eat your freaking soul, no doubt. It's Schmuel rock and roll, it's Schmuel rock and roll, Schmuel rock and roll. We get buck with Buckman, we know you're up to something.
Live from the Jersey Shore, it's Schmuel Buckman. Good evening, everyone. The final boss is here. Johnny Chopsticks is here. EFS 66 is here. Kinky Loco is here, celebrating 1 month of Schmuel Talk membership. Fantastic. All right. Speaking of memberships, they're $1.99. Get them while they're hot. That'd be great. Hey, Chris Mack. Glad you're here. If you're chatting, you're subscribing. If you're watching, you're not chatting. If you're not subscribed, so subscribe and join the chat. One of the best in the biz. And we got AB here. Whoa. AB, welcome. It's Sunday night. And feel free to comment and put the shows up. Try to get them up right after we are done here. And let's not forget about supertip.gg/Buckman, which apparently I put in my background a little too much, but oh well, we'll put that up later. And God, I've been away. What's been going on? You kids want to tell me? Let's just see here. So I got Kinky Loco. I'm trying to make sure. We've had some issues with some of the chats coming through on EV Mux, but apparently it's working. So did some changes trying to get the thing to go. So there's that. And y'all can tell me about my mic sound. I am set up the way that it told me to set up. So hopefully that works, and Peter Sky Park can come in and correct me later. Lady KB is here. All right. There's about 15 of us in here at the moment. I hope I get to see Kinky Loco this weekend at Super Bowl and EFS as well. And we're going to play that little craps game they've got going on there. And who else is going? Who else? Oh, look at this. The final boss and celebrates 3 months of membership. Buck Mafia. We're getting Buck tonight. Who you trashing? We're not going to trash anyone. We're going to take a look at a few things, but I don't think we're going to trash anyone because that wouldn't be me. I have some thoughts about what's going on, and we'll talk about merch tonight, of course, and we have to touch on this karmic thing. Because it seems like I'm alone in thinking that the whole hotel thing was intentional, not unintentional. But there we go.
Shut up, Schmuel.
Trying to get my stream deck working, so. And let me know if you can hear that stuff. And that's where we're going with that. So we got merch, we got karmic. Talk a little Dave Saragon fishing. And Dave may join us a little later on. Panhandler will probably be in at some point. But the latest news that I have, which I just came across the wires moments ago, KB was demonetized. Is this true? Or am I imagining that? I saw it on Twitter that he was demonetized and he immediately shut down the show. Anybody knew about that? Hmm? Hmm? So, because I know that's like his biggest fear. And he has not built up back to Chris Mack. That is not true. Okay. So, I guess rule one is don't trust Twitter or don't get your news from Twitter. Um, his stream last night was age restricted. Okay. Does age restricted mean you can't collect super chats? I don't know. If Final Boss wants to pop in, he can come in just on voice and explain it to us. Um, but so it's like semi true. There's a nuance that I'm missing. Oh, my lights are changing, and I'm not touching anything. That's a little weird. Um, oh, look, Serenity now is here. Woohoo! We're all through for that. Yes, Rover. Rover 4353. His name was in the Epstein files. That's true. 100%. That's hilarious. Stevie Lou sent that to me last night, and I thought that was just hilarious. I wonder if any other Dabbleverse streams are going to pop up or any other names that we know, right? But Kevin, let's just see here. He got all the revenue from the show, but when YouTube age restricted it, it made it to where he couldn't get more super chats on that particular stream. People could still join as members, though. Thank you, Chris Mack. Chris Mack is like the parliamentarian of the keeper of Robert's Rules of Order. So his channel was not demonetized. All right. So I've noticed, following along with this Stuttering John lawsuit, I've learned that to ask before I jump because I would make mistakes if I did it. So age monetization, I guess that prevents you from getting super chats. I know that it stops you from having to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Stops you from being able to advertise to get ads on your show. But I wasn't aware that you wouldn't be able to get super chats either. And excuse the mic and the lighting setup. We're moving around. It's been a hell of a weekend here in the Buckman household. We had no heat. The motor blew. And so the first floor had no heat. The second floor and the third floor had heat. But we mostly live on the first floor. So that wasn't the deal. All right. So let me just see what went on here. Hold on. I thought I just saw this. And I'm probably in the wrong place because I usually am following. Hold on. Yeah, so MLC just got age restricted, lost super chat access, and immediately shut down. Oh, this is from 19 hours ago. Sorry about that. It just popped up. I always think that the YouTube timeline should be, recent and relevant, but it never is. And so there we are. And who's Kevin sniping. Typical of Kevin. AB, Dr. Steve betrayed me, so I guess I'm here now. I guess at least I'm your second or third choice. Chris Mack, YouTube has a couple of different settings for videos with different criteria for kids. Setting is very restricted, with adult settings require you to be signed into an account to watch. Gotcha. What do you call it? In order to do this, I had to give them a video, or like a biometric thing. So that was pretty wild. But there we go. I do know that people have said that the karmic stuff, anytime they put up the karmic stuff, they get age restricted on their things. So I don't know where that was. Yeah, you were my first choice. Then the trio of Ray, Hope, and Dr. Steve and the doctor charmed me. Yes, and I could have, gone in before Ray, but because I'm a good guy, I decided to wait an hour and say, so biometric scanning is IDF technology. You'd be shocked at how much technology there is offshore. Uh, and the U.S. does a lot of offshore technology. Uh, think Wuhan, because a lot of shit's not allowed here. So we can still get the information. Not many years ago, but years ago, there was, there were a lot of, the Nazis did a lot of studies, right? Twin studies and shit like that. Um, and the question was it ethical to use that data? And while the U.S. and our European allies were arguing over it for 20 years, the Chinese and the Russians just went ahead and did everything. So blew me away. Well, I just got a notice that I bought EvMux for another month, so we're going to be here for at least one more month. Sorry about that. AB, I'm well aware of sinister stuff. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of that stuff that goes on. There's a whole bunch of testing of things, and Tuskegee was one of the main reasons. We had the Tuskegee experiment. We didn't care too much. We used to have forced sterilization in Virginia. All sorts of crazy crap like that. And, that we then for a long time thought we were the only ones doing things. And while we were dicking around fighting and doing what we do here in this country, China was out kicking our ass. And, look, if the Soviet Union had half a brain, it would still be in power. But, there we go. Yeah, informed consent, Chris Mack, correct. Tell me about this mic, guys, if it's bothering you. All right. Informed consent is largely a post-World War II invention. It is, but some of it is ridiculously stupid. But yeah, we'll get there. We will get there in these things. All right, fuck my mic. I tried to. I had to move some shit around today, and there we go. That's the deal. Look, this show always takes like a half an hour to get started. So, Johnny, you'll have to deal with it. Thank you. You're boring me, but the mic sounds good. Yeah, I took all my super chat and super tip money, and I went and I bought myself a Motu M4 to plug the mic in. The USB-C mic was working okay, but not great. And the USB-C port on the mic can't take the abuse of being plugged in and plugged out 3 times a week. So we learned that. Mersh called you an N. Shocking. We're going there. We're gonna go there. We have the Mersh video that was so kindly sent me by about 17 people this morning, and we'll play that. But we don't want to give everything up right away. And there we go. This is reminding me of the Karmic Mike Freakout stream. That's a top 100. Yeah, but I won't be beating the thing off. Rosemary Kennedy. Have any of you guys seen the Ed Gein document? Well, it's not document, docu-series, whatever. I think it was on Netflix. Monster, the Ed Gein story. There's his psychiatrist in there. I guess it would used to just be psychiatrists. Was talking to Jesus Christ. What the hell is his name? The guy who played Ed Gein in the Hitchcock movie, which is also escaping my brain at the moment. And she's like, well, he was like, he wanted to stop feeling gay. Tony, Jesus Christ, what the hell was his last name? In any event, in the movie Psycho, the guy who plays Norman Bates, that guy. So in the Ed Gein thing, he's in there, and Anthony Perkins. Thank you, Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins is on the couch basically, and he's like, I want to stop feeling this way. I want to like, what can we do? What can we do? And she said 4 or 5 things, and she said, well, this lobotomy that's kind of out of favor now, but I think it's very useful. And that's the Rosemary Kennedy thing. So there we go. All right. Rover, Anthony Perkins, got it. Yes, they had Anthony Perkins in. They also had Christine I was going to say Morgenstern, right? But it's what the hell was her name? Christine, the first like transgender person they made the movie, and it was like a big deal. When I was a boy, it was a big deal. Um, that was in there. It was actually it was actually pretty good. All right. So we now got 25 people, so I can start asking this question. One's in the chat if you're going to Atlantic City, and let's get in there. And Schmuel never did see never did see the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn, but I did see the Norman Bates. I don't remember what the name of the show was, but they had a Norman Bates. They had a TV series. I don't remember what it was called. It was Vera Farmiga and the guy who plays an autistic doctor now, Freddie Highmore, maybe. That was really good, and it goes back. It's like a prequel, and I enjoyed it. And it was one of the few TV shows that has a finale that you're like, oh, that was good. Like, it was cool. It made sense. Yeah, and this is correct. Vince Vaughn did a shot-by-shot remake of Psycho, right? I believe. I don't know if it was shot, but it was definitely there was definitely a remake with Vince Vaughn. I don't know why you would do that. Thank you, Rover. The Bates Motel. Good, good. I mean, look, it's like every show with a bunch of seasons. It's got some up time and some downtime. But there we go. The Private Idaho guy. The Private Idaho guy was Keanu Reeves, wasn't he? And that was a long time ago. I don't remember my Private Idaho very much. I do think that wasn't Keanu like a narcoleptic male prostitute or something? Oh, look at this. Ice Dancer is here with your little emoji. We'll be discussing Mersh and my N-word thing. Oh, the director of Private Idaho. There we go. But I just didn't. So great show. AB, Udo Kier just died. The fun German. There's always a fun German. Germans are known for their fun, and I heard a joke once, bad joke, but the joke is that if you really wanted to do stand up and have people stare at you, do it in Germany. But when I was in Austria last year, the place next to the hotel I was at was a little bar, and they had an open mic night. And I have to tell you, these people were pretty funny. And most of them have a better command of the English language than most Americans. But it was pretty cool. But it is also pretty fun to watch. Austria, they speak German. To watch somebody do a joke in German and people laugh, and you not knowing at all what they do. I know that Austrians are not German, but they speak German. Guru one, there we go, and they have all these T-shirts. Like you always want to grab like a T-shirt or something from a place, and their big fucking T-shirts are like Austria, not Australia, with a kangaroo. What the fuck? Who wants that? But I guess it's a big thing. Austrians, some of them are decent painters. I've heard the Dutch the Dutch are pretty good painters too. And as far as I know, the Dutch are the ones that have gotten away with more. They were intimately involved. I mean, intimately. Ooh, let's take. Pull them down out of there. Sorry. The Dutch are intimately involved in the slave trade. I mean, they were. Their whole economy was based on that, and boy, have they gotten away with murder and being held accountable for it. But if you go to Curacao, the first temple in the Western Hemisphere, at least it's the first temple. His sign used to just say the first temple. Now it says the first temple continuously operating synagogue. And those guys were like accountants or whatever for the slave trade. That's who started theirs there. But that whole the Dutch Caribbean. Did I say something other than slavery? I meant slavery, but I don't feel like they got. I don't feel like they've gotten their just desserts. They tend to very much look down on Americans, and I'm like, whoa, 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 wait a minute, you people have your own problems. And if you look at them, look up N N Pete at Christmas time. N Pete, and so there. Read Marx, and you get a good history of Dutch development throughout maneuvering the Portuguese. Possible. I mean, I haven't read Marx in probably since like high school, maybe. So, well, yeah. So, AB, I don't know what Piet is, but I do know that Schwarz is black. So I'm assuming. Oh, right, Black Pete. Black Pete. Very good. Very good. Sorry, I just got it. The sugar cane plantations in the Caribbean and South America are particularly brutal. Very much so. And if you, there's a, I think it was pineapple something or whatever. The the king, for lack of a better word, the king of the Native American tribe in Connecticut and New England was convicted and sent to the Caribbean to work on the sugar farms and never heard from again. Guru 1, Portugal is where Nazis go to retire. I always thought it was Argentina, but hey, that you can do. All of West Europe, including English, are Germania languages. I don't think that English is. Isn't English one of the comes out of the Latin tradition, and those are Celtic ones. So not 100% sure about that one. I think we need to check it. There was a book that I read, AB again. There was a book that I read. It was like a slave breaking manual for Jamaican owners. It was crazy, creepy, analytical, and Nazi-esque. Yeah, and written probably 100 years or more before the Nazis. And let's not kid ourselves. Slavery still exists over much of the world. And I was reading about if you guys know what pig slaughtering, pig butchering. The pig butchering factories in Cambodia, those are the ones that they get you on the phone and they steal from you. That just came up because what would happen would be people from other countries would be told, hey, come to Cambodia, get a great job. And then you were literally locked in a compound. And if you didn't produce, like this one guy had to produce $5,000 a month. And if he didn't produce $5,000 a month, they were going to sell him to another factory. And he did say that in the room in which he was being threatened, there was also a guy in there being zapped with electricity. at the same time, but they go there. Prop 4793. The pigs get you on the phone. Yes, they do. They do. And I will think about it before I will remember it um, before the end of the show. But there was a book written a couple of years ago by a Bloomberg reporter about crypto. It was really about the FTX. Was it FTX? The one that was really big for a while, and where the folks wound up going to jail. And in that, he talks about the Cambodian pig slaughtering, and they get people on the phone. It's unbelievable, unbelievable. But yeah, so that was the deal. Yeah, AB, we're going to get there. Call a hard R. I don't know what the hard R is supposed to mean. FTX. Thank you, Rover. That's why you guys are here to keep me straight. And I have to remember the name of the book. There's just so many, they escape my mind, but it'll come to me later. And I think the guy follows me on Twitter. But just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff that goes on there. If you can't tell, I've been away from the Dabbleverse for almost a week, so my mind is filled with other things. But we've got my buddy NJ Ranger here. NJ and I had a little DM thing earlier, and I'm gonna just say we are not a clip show, but every show needs to do at least a few clips. And let me see if I can pull up one. I don't remember whose it was, but usually Doom is right. Doom is the guy. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Let me just pull this up. I'm not going to play it yet, but so as we'll watch this in a little bit, but I totally thought the karmic flashing Felicia in the bed was intentional, and NJ disagrees. And I've asked a bunch of people, and it's like 50-50 about people who are in there. Like 50 of them think, out of the people that I asked, it's like half of them are like, yeah, definitely a work, and the other half are like, definitely not a work. So, we'll talk about that once we watch the clip. I want to give us about another 5-10 minutes. Wow, Guru One, I agree, Schmuel. I don't know what you're agreeing with, but finally somebody agreeing with me. I'm kidding. Thanks, Guru. Because it's just we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we get there. Back in the old days, we used to get NJ Ranger as a guest, but he's in the big time now, so we don't really see him that much anymore. But I will pop him the link if he wants to talk about this. Hang on a second, kids. Let's just do that while we're here. And we got it. Anyway, all right. So I took a few days off. It was the Dabbleverse was getting to me, and I don't mean getting to me, and I don't know. It wasn't like getting me down or anything. I was just like, I was getting bored with it. It's just the same goddamn thing over and over and over again. So, and it was getting tiring, and I had a lot of work to do, and then of course you can see my headset sitting on my desk. The heater motor seized up, and that sucked. All right, now I hope that. I think yes. What's his name? When somebody tweets or posts, they post in my name. If you're a buck maniac, but yeah, let's put that up there just for shits and giggles. Hit the like button, people. It helps. It really, really helps. I mean, super chatting obviously helps more. Memberships help more. Super tips help more. But hitting the like button, that's the most important thing that you can do. And I really appreciate it. And we do get a high number of our number of likes to viewers seems to be pretty high, so I'm really glad about that. Malware scan, crazy. I'm in the TSN chat right now, 1.2 live, and the chat is absolutely flying by my buck maniacs. Yeah, this is never going to Malware scan and I are never going to resolve the buying and the not buying of views. And yeah, you don't have to get mad at him. Guru One, he's messing with me. $9.99 from EFS. Hippo character going really fast on his chair, propelling the chair across the room. I'm lost. I really am. But thank you, EFS, for the $9.99. I super appreciate that. And let's just say, Guru One, Shuli chat is full of morons. Not to denigrate Shuli's chat, but very few places have a chat as cool as this one. So there's not really much that I can do about that. So there we go. Maybe one day they'd be nice enough to describe over a. I'm reading over here. Maybe one day they'll redirect their followers over here. But I've never had Shuli on. I've never asked Shuli to come on. And I pretty much ask everybody to come on. So we're there. Guru One says malware is an OG. So I've heard, and not only have I heard that, I heard that he dates fantastically beautiful women. Some of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. So there's that. So even if the guy gives me a hard time, I still got to like him. Look at this. Joining us.
Hey now.
I bow before you, NJ Ranger. I get the presence of NJ Ranger.
So I'm here again. I'm here. I was watching my classic Schmuel Talkman as a civilian on a very special Sunday night, and yeah, I see that you disagree on the on whether this was a work or not.
Yeah, I have the Doom clip. If that's the one that you think we should pull, or is there a better one?
You can. The Dirty Jersey Rat one is good too.
Okay. So let's get that. And Dirty Jersey has really been making it in the DV, right?
Yeah. He's on the come up 100%.
Dirty Jersey was very cool because I had tried to get him to come to Atlantic City, but cannot make it. So unfortunately,
he's a transplant.
Yeah. I'm trying not to dox him. I don't know what information he's.
No. I would never go beyond what he shared.
No, that's what I mean. I don't know what he said. But yeah, he was not in our area. And so hold on. Let's pull up Dirty Jersey Rats. Little thing here. Spotted. You know why I like this one? I have to tell you that I like my clips short. The 10, 12-minute clips are kind of problematic for me anyway, when you're trying to do a show. So let's.
That's why they call it Schmuel Talkman. They don't call it Schmuel Clipman.
Yeah, I'm not a clipper. I just the more I know, like now I know how to do it. Like,
Hippo character going really fast, propelling his chair across the room. Free Palestine. Justice for Siggy Jones. I love Schmuelin and grueling on a Sunday night. Moody giving so many characters on these things is sadism. Hi, NJ Ranger. Latita. Duda. So many characters. So many. Change that.
Got your money's worth. And I love the description. It's a thing that Evmux has over StreamYard, is that it gives you the text description of the little whatever the fuck is going on the super sticker, which I have to do by hand on our show. When EFS hits us with a super sticker, I have to describe that it's a little Shiba Inu in a samurai outfit that's waving around a flag that says number one.
That's funny. I have my little. I actually have a Shiba Inu,
Mm-hmm.
and he's now 10, maybe closer to 12 actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because he he was not. They were not popular when I got him.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they were unpopular, but people didn't know them or whatever. And
Yeah.
now it's like you can't. I can't turn a corner without seeing a Shiba Inu, and
Yeah.
they've gotten insanely expensive.
They're one of the great meme dogs of all time. They're adorable. They look like me trying to, because I have no great artistic skill, trying to draw a cartoon dog. Here's a circle. Here's two little ears, and here's a snout and a couple eyes.
Yeah, I'm with you. They also don't bark, so
No.
that's the main reason why people. That's like a big reason why people like them.
Mhm.
But what they fail to understand is how hard they are to train.
Yeah, they do their own thing. I've heard.
They're very much the cat of dogs, as it were. I looks like I had the super tip panel not doing too well, so I'm gonna replay this super tip from AB for $5.
Hippo character going really fast, propelling his chair across the room. Free Palestine. Justice for Siggy Jones. I love Schmuelin and grueling on a Sunday night. Moody giving so many characters on these things is sadism. Hi, NJ Ranger. Latita. Duda. So many characters. So many. Change that.
I don't have that many. I've never really pursued putting a lot of characters on, and it's something I should do, and I get asked a lot about it. But AB, thank you for the 5. That was great, and he skipped the queue, so either that or I have my system set up incorrectly. But he skipped the queue, so that's like an extra 5 for that. So. Unbelievable. Yeah, I don't. I'm not really a. I don't know. I don't. Everything with karmic to me feels like a work. So there we go. This is the classic justice for Siggy. F Siggy.
Yeah, the duality of man.
This is why we need a chat. Let's just put prop 4793 is NJ rolling. He's chewing gum, and that is enough evidence for most chat rooms.
No, I have to keep my shit minty fresh, and I don't know. I'm stupid, so I think that, like, okay, I'm sitting down with somebody. I'm going over to Schmuel's, and then I realize that oh shit, I'm not actually in front of you, so there's no need for me to have minty fresh breath. But I digress.
Johnny Chopsticks for $5. English is a German-based language, not Latin. Jeez, I thought you had a college education. Do you know the answer, NJ?
German is or English is a German-based language.
Is a German-based language? There we go. Gotcha. All right. For some reason, I always I know my Romance languages because I'm such a stud. That's the, there we go. Some of them though are so funny because some of the languages are hilarious because I deal with a lot of people from the Middle East and Africa and places like that, and some of the languages are so guttural. I'm just like, you could say, you know, it could be like, "Oh, I love you, baby," and then in their language, like,
Yeah, sounds totally different to what we would think.
all right. So let's put this up and let's see if see what the chat thinks here.
Mm-hmm.
If
Song in my head the whole fucking day. Dirty.
Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song. Out there. Oh my God, there are a dime a dozen in this fucking universe. So he gets them away, sends them packing, makes me happy. I don't mind that. So I hope you guys go watch some other stupid shit. Hope you do. I really don't give a fuck.
You sound happy, Carmen.
But I digress.
doesn't
I'm in my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen a rabbit eat grass, and I was calmed. I was calmed by the spirit of the.
he definitely does sound like he's in his happy place, right?
Yeah, and also where he's doing like a light Jesse Ventura. I saw a rabbit eating grass. Like, where did this voice? Is this a new bit of his? I don't know. I don't necessarily care, but that's okay.
Hey, look, he's trying. You know, he's trying everything except what works. But let's go here.
Of the wilderness in that rabbit. So I'm very pleased. I'm tickled pink, if you will. I'm going to get myself a Red Bull. So
Don't do it.
I'm
Don't do
still
it,
with
Carm.
you.
Okay, so this is where I hope you guys don't mind me putting this full screen and NJ and I behind it.
It's
behind
okay.
it, but this is why I thought it was a work, because he's like, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over here, like he was trying to get us to focus on that area.
Now, okay, here's where I disagree with that. This motherfucker announces anything and everything. And he does that when he's home. He does that wherever the fuck. He announces when he goes to get a refreshment. So that's why I don't think that's evidence.
All right. So let's
Mhm.
watch.
Gonna grab it over here. So I hope you guys are well. Yeah, I hope you're well. I do hope you're well. Oh, but Dabbler doesn't like that. He makes fun of me wishing people well.
Oh!
Oh, I didn't hear the noise before. Hold on. Oh, wait.
Excuse me.
Yeah, roll it back.
Oh, I see. I didn't see this part. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Jesus. Go back.
Gonna grab it over here. So I hope you guys are well. Yeah, I hope you're well. I do hope you're well. Oh, but Dabbler doesn't like that. He makes fun of me wishing people well. Excuse me.
Oh, and why are you looking over there? Why are you looking over at Esteban over there?
Yeah. Why don't you just act like it's, you know. Yeah,
Play
I'm in
it
a room
off.
I'm in a room with a chick. Like,
Play
that's
it
what you're
off.
supposed to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Act like you've been there.
Okay. I'm back. Hi.
All good, Carm?
All right. So, wait. We have a thought. Rover 4353. He knows he just made a potential violation of his 90-day relationship probationary period.
1,000,000%. He knows that, like I said it earlier. I think when I was on with the great Dean Galloway of Perth, Australia. If you've ever seen, there's a famous video of a Mexican musician that's on stage, and they walk up to him with a little piece of paper that says, "The cartel is going to kill you when you get off stage," and they did. That's Carm. We're watching Carm. He knows that when she wakes up, she was on her phone. But when he's done with this, it's rolling pin time, and I don't envy that.
I'm gonna say I think he means that she must think he is the biggest beta cuck simp to ever exist.
That's what she was looking for.
But yeah, that's exactly. I was just gonna say the same thing, right? Be careful of what you wish for; you might get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's watch
Yeah,
the rest of it.
Malware knows that poll.
I had to get a Red Bull.
Oh, look at that! Look at that little.
So yeah,
baby
I hope
face.
you all are well.
Wow, she really stumped him, huh?
One sec. I'll be with you shortly. Yeah. We're calming down. Relax.
Yeah, get the Red Bull in you.
Take a
Calm
breath.
you down. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
I'll be right with you. Settle down.
You're live, Carm.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm a little.
You'd think he would. You'd think he turned the camera on a 9-year-old boy. You know what I mean?
Okay, that is one conversation. I agree that, like, why the fuck two grown ass people that we already know that they're together? Why this necessitates such a level of secrecy? I agree with that. But okay, now that you've seen this, Schmuel, do you think that he's that good of an actor? That this is that him going through it now, as we see the labored breathing,
No,
the scatterbrainness? Yeah.
I have to agree. I saw another clip, which I think pretty much ends at the point where he sees her and then goes back to the camera.
Mhm.
Like just the video. I didn't hear the no, man, we're calm. It's yeah.
The man is shitting himself. Yeah, exactly. That's what he's saying. And if you keep playing, you're gonna hear him do the other thing that was dumb, talking about two grown ass people that we know that they're together, going through these like little kid style lies to try to throw us off the scent. This motherfucker was telling us that he was in a 6-hour long Uber ride with Esteban, this character that he invented, that he is doing, I hesitate to call it bits, but like he's like, "Oh, Esteban, how are the roads today?" And yeah, that I felt that was rather insulting. I've said before, I'll say it again. In the words of my old man, if you're gonna bullshit me, at least do me the courtesy of having it be a high quality bullshit. That's why I sent in when he was streaming. I was like, Senor Carmick, es me, Esteban, your driver. And after this, you're going to hear him attempt an Esteban voice. And you at home, try to figure out if he has interacted with any Hispanic people in his life.
We will, but I do want to prop 47. Felicia's an independent, powerful, successful woman. Wouldn't you be Wouldn't you be intimidated? And powerful, successful, independent women are my favorite type. It's why I married the woman I married.
Hell yeah, Schmuel.
Only because it's like I don't need. To me, the opposite is needy, and that just kills me. Friend of the show, when they role play, she's Esteban, he's Caddy. No, I was thinking of Esteban as like one of those Latin rent boys.
That is also my surmise as well.
Because there was one of these pastors down in Florida years ago who got busted with a rent boy named Esteban, and they did an interview with him later on, and Esteban had the gayest and and the whole thing was like, oh my God, I didn't know that you also lisped when you're speaking in Spanish. It was wild. All right, let's see the rest of this.
Well, I'm a little sidewinded, just a little bit.
Why? What happened?
Hey, Karmic Parmesan.
Wow.
Was that Esteban? Red Line? You like Red Line? His fire guitar, leg guitar. Yeah, I should bust out some leg guitar. I should. Was that Esteban? Perhaps. How's it going, Esteban? Oh, I'm doing all right there, Mr. Karmic. Yeah, Esteban is hanging low.
Home run.
Just
Did you ever notice that any guy from out of an area that has Spanish speaking people always does Esteban as Speedy
Yes.
Gonzalez,
They-
no matter how old they are. Speedy Gonzalez hasn't been on the air in 50 years,
yeah.
and everybody sounds like Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah, that's the only point of reference for anybody Hispanic for them. So yeah.
Felicia is actually a butch lesbian. She's not dating Karmic. He's simply a toy revenge on all males because Pat broke her heart.
Could see it.
Look, anything is possible, but I don't think so. Just because she's so annoying, I think she'd be less annoying if she were out.
Chilling. We're gonna go out clubbing later. That's what we do. We're like two wild ones on the prowl. We just carry on. That
Rover brings this up. Rover 4353. Speedy Gonzalez or Slowpoke Rodriguez, and I don't know why, but the other day I was thinking of Speedy and Slowpoke, because of the two guys hanging out in front of my place drinking, and I can't. Was Slowpoke? Was that another cartoon, or was that
No, within
was it
Speedy
within
Gonzalez,
that
yes.
cartoon? Right?
Mhm.
I couldn't remember.
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
way. But yeah, that was Esteban, and Esteban is trying to keep a low profile in these turbulent times going on right now. So Esteban's all right. Don't mind him. Don't mind me, Mr. Kyle.
Okay,
Wait, was
okay.
Esteban his Uber driver, and now his
Yeah, and now
roommate?
his friend and also notice that time Esteban calls him Monsieur Kyle. Why? I don't know, but this really shows the depth of knowledge of the kid.
Well,
over here.
they come from the same language. And
Or Karmic. Anywho. Thank you, Karmic Parmesan. Yeah. Esteban is just laying low. He's enjoying himself. He's enjoying the air of freedom.
Dirty Jersey.
Dirty Jersey, red.
thank you so much, Dirty Jersey. Oh man, that was
Yeah.
I saw that, and I tell you, I saw the first part. What I saw was, I saw the video, and then I saw him. I saw the part where he was like, "I'm gonna lean over here. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna get this." And then the camera shifted over, and I was like, "Ah, that was a
Oh,
setup."
okay, yeah.
But then again, I couldn't imagine that, Felicia would be thrilled to be, looking like, I don't know, a zoo animal laying on the bed with a cell phone. And there have been many. Is she the hippo people are talking about flying across the room, or is that another?
No, she ain't flying across the room. No, I look, I get it. But that's why I said to play the clip, because that did not. I don't think that they're of the caliber to do works, because Felicia, okay, the Ron Fuddle thing, fine. She admits to it, and then later, months later, like whatever, last year, end of last year, she's on MLC saying that no, guys, actually, Ron Fuddle is a real person, and he
Yeah.
let me borrow his email for Rumble. So I don't think that they have the requisite intelligence to pull works.
Well, because you need an email in order to chat and whatever. Big W, which I think is this may be a possibility, right? Big W. It could have been a setup that he instantly regretted. Not a setup, I would say. Big W, unless him doing it in his head, thinking it would be funny, then doing it, and then realizing, uh-oh.
I've
I
made a huge
fucked.
mistake.
Yes. Yes. I've completely fucked up. And so that was man, but I don't feel sorry for him at all. I mean,
No.
that's my thing. And especially since the way this guy is and the circumstances that he's in,
Mm-hmm.
there's enough Dabbleverse events coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Post Felicia breakup,
Mm-hmm.
that he could be at these things meeting people. And I got to tell you that I think that there's probably enough crazy women in the Dabbleverse that would make sure they were at an event that he was at just to meet him. Because women love to save guys, and this guy needs saving more than anybody.
I see the logic. I don't know. I don't know if there's that many. Look, certainly compared to being in bumblefuck northern Minnesota, your odds of meeting a woman at any of the get-togethers in because just by virtue of the fact that you're in civilization, you're in Atlantic City, you're in Vegas, are much higher than just sitting on your ass up there. But do I think there's going to be women lining up for this? I might have to disagree.
No, but the thing is, he's not a bad looking guy, right? I mean, even at the bar, some, I don't know, drunken girl who's playing craps all night long is going to talk to him.
That's true, but also you got to remember, Schmuel, you don't when you're in public, you don't have filters, so there's that. There is that little discrepancy.
I don't know. Don't you have more filters when you're in public?
Oh, I wish I don't use them here. If I could figure out that stuttering John filter where he looks like he's a comic book character, I'd be moving and grooving.
Yeah, and it's funny because did listen to something Nick Rekieta put out, and where Rekieta was like, by the way, this guy's 42 years old. He's not in his mid 20s like you might think he is.
Again, first of all, it's a hack Nick Ricotta stealing my bits. Like I've said it a zillion times. When I first saw Karmic, I thought like, oh well, he's like Final Boss's age. Like he's in his mid-20s, and so he'll figure it out. I remember I was like 5 or so years ago, I was an asshole compared to what I am now. Then when it's dropped on me that this motherfucker was at that time 41, he is not 5 years younger than me. He is in fact more than 10 years older than me. I was like, oh shit, this is it puts a different spin on things.
There are these tipping points in life or exits off the asshole highway that you can take in life, and you hit them at certain points of your life, and the ones that hit them at 12 and 13 are our doctors, lawyers, and university professors. But other people can hit them when they're in their 20s. They can hit them in their 30s.
Sure.
Some possibly even in their 50s. But when this is you at 42 or 43, this is going to be you for the rest of your life. I would imagine that Karmic is probably a fun hang, but I also predict that he would be very depressed from time to time. Like he's probably up and he's going for it, and then nobody likes me, everybody's against me. So I don't think he'd be that as much of a pleasure. Let's put it this way: he and Felicia are probably perfect together because she seems like a pain in the ass too.
What's the expression? For every stinky foot, there's an old worn out shoe.
Yes. I like to say for every pot there's a lid, but I don't really want to. We don't want to go there. No, but he's like what do you call it? Okay. Oh, cool. I'm sorry. I got a note too late that the audio was too loud on that video. But there we go. I what do you call it though? The guy he just blows, like the whole thing blows me away because it's when you're doing this, or at least for me, if you're doing anything that's a business, you want to look at the future, even if it's only a few weeks away. Like, where do I go with this? How do I develop it or whatever? Yeah. And this is so seat of the pants. And I was looking up some stuff about the sector. I had really not heard about it. And Ethan Ralph came up. And then AI went into this locale, I can't even pronounce it, locale cycle
Okay.
that these guys get in. And I was like, I read it. It was like a list of about 5 things, the cycle that they go through. And Karmic is part of, he's like, everything in there is the same thing. And the problem is that as you do it, your pie shrinks and it
Hmm.
shrinks and it shrinks. And eventually you can't do anything.
Oh, look, I was discussing this with somebody else the other day who predicts that Karmic has 1 to 3 months left. And I said that I was a little bit shocked by it, but I realized as I was thinking about it that since the first Sunday cry stream, where 2 days later this motherfucker pops up at Felicia's house, he's done that bit now like 3 times, 2 times at least. I think 3 times. Maybe you can count this as a fourth time. Um, even after the first one, there were people who stopped supporting him immediately because you were pouring your heart out about this, crying on stream. This bitch gets on the phone just to Nancy Reagan you into. I didn't say that you have to quit everything. I just said that I wouldn't be with anybody who is doing this. Okay, so we're doing semantic shit just to make sure that we look good. The fact that he ran off with the money to her, put a lot of people off. He's done that multiple times at this point. And I'm not a professional, but I'm diagnosing the both of them with little kid lying syndrome, which, to your point, Shmuel, when you're doing little kid lies, you're not thinking about. You're doing the opposite of what you're recommending for business. You're not thinking about the future. You're thinking about saying some shit right now that's going to get me out of trouble right now, even if trouble will happen tomorrow. You don't give a fuck. And that's why they talk about Stuttering John stepping on rakes. Karmic is one of the supreme rake steppers that we have in our mind.
He, he, he totally is. But at the same time, uh, it keeps making him money, right?
I don't think that it's making as much money, and I think that the more that he does this shit with Felicia, um, the less he is going to make, because the more it gets covered elsewhere. If you want to super chat about it, you can send it elsewhere and you can stick it to him. That way, you're not supporting him. In fact, you're supporting somebody who's clowning on him, rather than giving him the money. That's the real thing, I think, is that either people genuinely don't want to. Yeah, yeah, you know what? You're not wrong about that, AB.
Very, very funny.
But yeah, it's like they don't want the money going to her. Some of them don't want the money going to him because he has been an asshole to them. A lot of them, an even bigger contingent, even though there's overlap, don't want to, maybe they want to support him, or they would super chat him even to stick it to him. But they know that this just goes to the next excursion fund.
He did tweet out a picture today of him in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
which I I did see, but and of course it's a picture of him with and it's obviously it's like a picture with a couple, right? But it's
Mm-hmm.
cut off, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I'm like who do you think you're fooling? Like, you know, but if you want insight, and not that anybody would, but if you want insight into uh, Felicia, is to
Mm-hmm.
watch her Christmas Day stream,
Mm.
and she's on a hike, and she's there with family, and it sounds like it's a big family. It sounds like they're all having fun, and she's on a hike being miserable
Mm-hmm.
and complaining about everyone in her family.
Everything.
And you know, like one of the things is her mother would make that green bean casserole that was so famous at one time,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated it. And it was, and you're just like, you know, one day you're gonna be looking back, going, "Ah, I miss mom's green bean casserole," you know.
Hundred
Um,
percent.
but she gets pissed off at everything. She gets pissed off that she's got nephews and nieces. She gets pissed off that she's got to drive places. They don't treat her well. She's not respected. And you're living in an apartment, in like Cincinnati. What, you're gonna have 40 people show up, right?
Yeah.
For Christmas. I mean, come on. They don't
Yeah.
ever come to me.
It doesn't make sense logically. And at the same time, yeah, she just has this fucking humbug attitude that it's the same Felicia that we see on stream. Like, I believe that's her, 110%. And I just don't understand. What was revealing to me was we've heard Karmic call her, oh, yeah, she's a professional. We've heard that a bunch of times. When I heard her, I think on MLC, referred to herself as a professional, I was like, okay, he learned that from his mom. So yeah, that again, wild calling yourself a professional when, okay, you're opening for fucking Dave Landau, who's a little short hack, and you're opening for William Montgomery from Kill Tony fame, and you're such a professional, you're live streaming yourself outside of the venue saying that, yeah, a lot of people walked out during the set, and it wasn't because of me. Professional.
And also too is I can imagine the conversations, right, where she's denigrating his streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got to get better at this. You've got to perform at this. And no one makes money at this streaming. No one does. I'm a professional comedian, and he's making 5,000-6,000 a month streaming, and she's making 150 on odd weekends. But you're the guy. I got to put this up. Be nice 666. Schmuel was upset his wife didn't get rid of the Christmas tree sooner. We don't take it down until I think the 7th of January, right, or the 6th. Is the Epiphany? Is that the day?
Yes.
That comes down. But I will say that I went for a walk earlier this evening, and one of my neighbors still has their Christmas tree up and their lights on their Christmas tree. And I was like, when does that thing come down? So I would not put up with a February Christmas tree. And Mrs. Buckman is very much the 7th. It's got to be down. I actually had to take it down while she was in Australia. So yeah, no, the wife is Greek Orthodox, so we definitely have a Christmas tree. The final boss gifted 1 Schmuel Buckman membership.
Boss number 1.
Thank you, boss. Thank you so much. Yeah. Supertip.gg/Buckman. Feel free to super chat, and the memberships are currently at $1.99, and that's great. I went and looked at. I was gonna become a member to somebody's channel, and their least expensive membership was $4.99, and for some reason I went, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. I feel that. I was speaking of the people that we're talking about. Let me check this out. Felicia World. Okay. Let me become a member. Yeah, she has one fucking tier, and it's $24.99 a month. So yeah, I yield the remainder of my time, Senator.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. So I don't know how much time I have with you, but I want to do this merch thing, and I'd really like you to do it with me.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to see merch calling you an N.
All right. So we have the Felicia has a $24.90. Oh, Jesus Christ, she's ballsy. And you can't tell how many memberships she has, can you?
I have no clue. I don't know, but I'm not presuming a lot.
And this is very funny. Sarcasm does translate. NJR, the $25 a month is a steal. It's good content.
I'm a cheap fuck. What can I say?
If I'm not, if you're not going to super chat, what's the point of my being on here?
That was one of the great jokes of all time. I have that up there with the Aristocrats, Richard Pryor, Mudbone. Yeah.
Yeah, and the biggest issue is that if only it had been a joke.
Yeah.
Know?
If joke, where funny.
I But it is interesting to have heard Felicia for a year or so on MLC and to have heard what Dixon said about her. And my only question is, Pat, why did you date her in the first place?
Why'd you date her the second and third time also?
I get the second time, right? The law coming after you makes a man do strange things, but so I get that, and I even get the first time, but not that. And then, to be perfectly honest, I would have tried to get as far away from it as I possibly could. Like I wouldn't want to relive that day after day after day.
It's a great take, Schmuel. I cannot disagree in the least.
I mean, I don't get it. All right, so I got to get into the where is he? Hold on a second. We'll get here. So I want to before I go into so Mersh called me the N-word, and among other things, parasocial, terminally online, all sorts of stuff. And actually, you know what? Instead of explaining it first, let's watch it.
Sure.
And then I'll go through it. I don't know how long it is, but I'll try to let it run as much as I can here. And I'm trying to start it where he starts with us, or me.
Interest me anymore.
I'll lower the clip,
I know
Schmuel.
we got it. I know some people are still into karmic. Not me, man.
Oh,
Not me. Sorry. I got to be honest with you, man. I'm really, like, overall just fucking done with the Dabbleverse. I can't even tell you, like, well, I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. I had the most infuriating conversation with somebody in the Dabbleverse. Let's just say that.
who was it, Mike?
I had a very annoying, very
Don't say his
enraging
name.
conversation with somebody in the Dabbleverse. It really got on my fucking nerves. It really, like, really underscored my, like, what I hate about, like, besides the fact that it's a bunch of boomers making AI slop. The
Rap
fact
on
that
it, Mike.
They failed to gatekeep, and now the place is a fucking zoo. But the parasocial shit that goes on in the Dabbleverse is insane. I had an enraging conversation. Again, I'm not going to say who it was with. Let's just call him Schmuel B. No, that's too much of a giveaway. Let's call him S. Buckman.
Oh, Mike, you really enjoyed
It's
that
too
joke
obvious.
that you made.
It was weird, man. It was a very weird, sort of intrusive conversation. And I ended up calling him the N-word like multiple times with the hard R.
Oh, no.
While talking to him because he was getting on my and I like Schmuel. I still like Schmuel.
Everybody likes me who talks.
but
that
like
way about me.
Schmuel kind of, he stepped over the line with me yesterday and it got on my fucking nerves.
Oh, Schmuel, I'm walking here.
Like,
Stepped over the line.
it was a whole bunch of shit. It was like,
Where do you hear how I stepped over that line?
he kept saying all this vague shit, like alluding to my relationship. Like, don't fuck this up. And, and then he like DM and he's like, rough week, huh? Trouble in paradise, like talking about, my relationship. And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you alluding? Oh, no, nothing. And I'm like, don't fucking talk to me in riddles, Schmuel. I don't like this shit. Women do this.
Hey, boss, can you pull up
You
Rover's
got
chat,
something to
please?
say, get it off your fucking chest. But I'm not going to play riddle
Thank
time
you.
with you.
Schmuel, do you mind pausing this for 1 sec?
And he's like, well,
Rover is right on the fucking money, and I watched this stream. Now he's going to go to Comicsgate, a bunch of boomers making comic book slop. 1,000,000%. I saw him ball washing Ethan Van Sciver. Like, bro, you're acting like this is totally different. Oh, the Dabbleverse is weird and parasocial. Unlike the guys who are concerned that, oh no, there was a lady on the cover of this comic book. Like, it's fucking wild. Like, we've gone now past how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. And we're going to say that this is weird and parasocial. This is actually good and cool. Yeah, that was wild. I appreciate that, Rover.
Yeah. And the other thing, but the John movie clip
Mm-hmm.
trailer came out, right? And I think universally people liked it. I'll find out that you didn't now, but I think universally people liked it. And Mersh was like, the AI slop. You know, you just put it in a few prompts. And I'm like, no. I've seen AI slop. That was not AI slop. That's when, and that was like my question with Karmic in the beginning, right? Is AI an instrument or is it a replacement? And the deal is that AI in some hands is just slop, you know? AI in others can be used as an instrument. And getting the Jay Leno part in there, getting John with Jay Leno at the table, that was some good stuff. And Mersh is just going off on it.
Yeah, I think that there is certainly a lot of AI slop online and within the Dabbleverse. I don't think that was a shining, whether that it was overblown people's reactions to it or not. I don't think that's a shining example of it because clearly it took a lot of time to put together all this stuff. It's not the nth AI image of Stuttering John doing whatever wacky thing. So I think that was just a contrarian take.
Schmuel stepped over the line like it was 1925.
Classic.
I'm sorry. That's very funny.
I just want to make sure that you and Ice Dancer are doing all right because I don't want any of this shit to affect your relationship. And I'm like,
Never said that.
what do you mean? What about my relationship? And then he starts, and then I go what do you mean? What do you know that I don't? Right? And he was insinuating that I had trouble that I needed to deal with Ice Dancer. And I was like, the fuck are you, what are you alluding to here? And then he, so I go well, what specifically do you think is a problem right now in my relationship? He proceeds to go oh man, I just know you had a falling out with the Dabbleverse. You've had a rough week and got, giving you shit and stuff. And I immediately blew up on him. Because he's been sending me all these vague messages, insinuating that my relationship's falling apart. And then when I dig, all right, fine. So we're cool, right? And he's like, yeah, man, I don't want you guys to have sour shit because of the.
How is that a Schmuel voice?
Think about this is.
It's not because it never, those words never flowed from my mouth or my fingertips.
It's not my life. We don't talk about the internet or drama shit or the Dabbleverse or the sector or any of this shit. It's not what our relationship is based on.
May I remind you of what happened with Haley? Right.
Yeah.
We're not basing this on internet
My girlfriend didn't call into NLO.
shit. So then I'm talking to her and I'm like, we're cool, right? She's like, yeah. So then finally I get to the point where I'm getting frustrated and I'm like, bro, I literally just spoke to Brixton. She's fine. We're fine. So I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know what this cocksucker says to me? Who's Brixton? He goes, who's Brixton? I said, the fucking woman you have been speaking on behalf of for the past fucking couple of hours in my DMs. Fucking nerve of this guy. Yeah, I'm just trying to look out for you and your relationship. You don't even know her name, you fucking weirdo. It's parasocial, dude. It's fucking.
Excuse me, can you pause it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't knowing her name be more parasocial, Mike? Your arguments don't make sense within what the fuck you're talking about. You clearly accept that this
You
is
broke ass niggas are too cheap for a 25.99 membership. This is why Merch had to call you a terminally online hard R. Schwarzer Piet. I finally took enough edibles to find these intrusive chats fun. Substance abuse to AI pipeline is troubling. Free Palestine. Hasta siempre, Comandante Shiggy Jones. Ante.
That's right.
Thank you, AB, for the
Another
$5.
great one.
Appreciate it. I have the I have to talk to AB. Hang around a little bit after the show because I got to ask you a question. But yeah, so we're far enough along that I think I can and say how this whole thing transpired, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So Mersh and I have been friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say that we're not, and we've DM'd back and forth for quite a while. Excuse me. And although I wouldn't take advice from him on how to run my life, I do think that he's got talent in the radio stuff. He's got the whole radio thing. He's got this ability to take stories that are probably not his and turn them into his. You know, he's a character, and he can handle 3 hours on the stream and keep people interested. I'm fascinated by it. So I've asked him a lot of those questions, and I've said to and we've talked, and I mean, I've asked him things about, what do you call it? I did ask him about, doing a solo stream. I found it very difficult to talk into the computer without a voice interacting with me. I think that's about as deep as we've gotten, but somewhere in these DMs, and I'm not going to look back. A few weeks ago, Mersh said to me that he wanted Cookie and I to adopt him and Ice, right? So anyway, so you think you're friends, or friendly, I should say. And I'm not a dummy. I mean, I know what this guy's just a streamer, you know, and you chit chat with these people, blah, blah, blah. But in any event, about, I don't know, a week and a half ago, I sent him a $25 Ko-Fi. And I always make the messages private on it.
That's right.
And because I don't need him to mention it to anybody or whatever, but coming out now. And he sent me back like, thanks, man. It's been a real shit week. Right? All right. So we hear that. So fast forward to Friday morning. And Friday morning, I sent him a DM that said, back to the ring. That was at 9:30. And at 12:30, I was like, rough week, huh? And he said, how so? And then I wrote, can't imagine your chick is feeling all happy, joyous, and free. And this was because Thursday night, Melton had smashed all of them. But I thought I was joking, right? You know, like, whatever. Anyway, I did send him, and then later on, I sent him a donation, and I put in the thing, relationship tip, joking, relationship tip, don't fuck it up, right? And I didn't think it needed this explanation of, dude, you haven't been in a relationship in 10 years, right? You seem happy about this. I mean, after all, we know you have a girlfriend, shockingly enough, on and on. So those were those were the texts. That's the boss sending them. All right. So I get back from him again. If you're aware of something I'm not, please stop being so fucking vague. I have a show to do. Oh, I have a show to get ready for, laundry to do, and other errands to run. So if you could spare me the riddles, that'd be fantastic. Don't be a dick, Schmuel. To which I responded, it's all good. Talk later. To which he responded, no, don't leave a flaming bag of shit at my door and run away. Make your point, dude. And it was, if you know something, say it like a man with your chest. If you don't feel like talking about it, then don't send me fucking riddles in the first place. I'm literally dealing with a woman here. To which I responded, I don't know shit. You took a beating in the DV this week. You're in a relationship for the first time in a while. That shit has to be a drain. And then he called me the N-word in here too, I just realized.
Schmuel, UN.
Followed by, holy shit, this is about the Dabbleverse, question mark? Holy shit, you ends are so fucking autistic. And it says, if my girlfriend, because of how you fucking self-obsessed Spurgs view if my girlfriend is unhappy because of how you fucking self-obsessed Spurgs view me in your little internet bubble. I'll toss her in the street myself. Like, who the fuck views life through this lens? Get some mental help. To which I responded, it's about the numbers, right? And you're fucking insane. I responded, possibly.
So okay. At this point, audience, he is busting his balls. I believe there was genuine concern from Schmuel, and what I don't like about Mercer's response is that we're looking past the fact that he self admits that it was a rough week. So to be shocked when somebody then says back to you it was a rough week, I don't get where the fuck that comes from personally.
Yeah, I was. It was like I said, and a bunch of other stuff. I don't really want to read the guy's DMs, but I just said point missed, and I said, and then I replied, and then after that I said, your show is best when you're in a good mood. And then it was like he said something about having a conversation with Brixton, and I went, doesn't matter. Does it matter? I don't know who the fuck Brixton is, nor do I care.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's his girlfriend, and then he told me I was speaking on behalf of her, and I said I'm speaking on behalf of myself. I go, I'm speaking on my behalf. It got worse. I told him to calm the fuck down.
Oh.
And I was like, it was a joke. I don't know you or your chick. Don't fuck it up. It was meant to get a chuckle, right? Based upon history and jokes, and this is what you do with friends that think that, or people that you're friendly with. I don't even call a guy a friend.
Yeah.
But, you've watched people fuck up. They talk about, this guy spends hours talking about every relationship that he's fucked up over and over and over again. Right?
There's a classic advice. That's my mantra with women is just don't fuck this up. So I get it completely.
Right. And I went, I just put, it was a joke. Just fucking kidding. Or just Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know you or your chick. Don't fuck it up. It was meant to get a chuckle. I'm not some parasocial dude thinking we're buds, And then anyway, I was like, not sure where you're going. Not sure where you're going getting this speaking on behalf. And then it just goes on and on. And I'm like, I finally finished up with, you're reading way too much into this. I wasn't champing at the bit for anything. He was like, I wanted to champ at the bit to talk about this, which I didn't. And he's like, I said, I wasn't champing at the bit for anything. Everyone in this fucking universe is a mind reader. You sent me a DM last week saying you had a shit week. This week I saw you deal with Scarlett, Ralph, Melton, etc. The Ko-Fi thing was a joke. I wanted to do a dono and thought you'd find it humorous. Obviously, you didn't. My whole shtick is being the too caring old man. And then I call bullshit when I told you to stop. And it's just, oh my God, And I'm like, because I brought up to him, bring Mersh to the chat. Yeah, bring Mersh to the chat. Or I'll send Mersh the link. But what do you call it? I think that we're talking about his view of himself is very different than the view that people have of him from the outside, right? Like, he may very well not have gone to Hackamania because Anthony Cumia was going. But it certainly looked to the rest of the universe that he wasn't going to Hackamania because he didn't sell any tickets. And nobody really wanted him there.
It was a convenient out.
Right. And then we fast forward to this week, and he's raging about Scarlett, right? He was raging about the Scarlett thing, and how he didn't care, and he never wanted her on his show, and I don't care, and we did so much for her, which is that not parasocial? I mean, you're getting all involved with somebody you've never met.
I think that you're right, and I think though that I have to commend him. I think it's a great decision to keep her off his stream, and I encourage others to follow suit.
Connor HV, I want you to. This is for my friend NJ Ranger. If you're not parasocial, why did you respond 20 times, which I laugh at. Also, never saw a horse champ at the bit, Gramps. Connor, I hate to say it to you, but it's champ at the bit. Chomp at the bit is what do you call it?
When concerned, even if you guys are acquaintances, whatever the fuck, you're not best boys. Yeah, that it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy that he went in on you as if he was having a big bad week after you asked him, like saying, "Buck up, you're having a bad week."
Yeah, and it was based upon a prior having had a bad week,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And look, I don't follow the guy's money. I don't know what he was making this week. I don't know if he did great, but I do know that he took a beating. Like every show that I was going on, Mersh was a punching bag. Or I shouldn't say going on, but every show that I was watching
Yeah.
was a punching bag. And I hadn't really watched much, and then I saw Melton on Thursday night go after him, you know, and Ice calling in, and like I feel bad for Ice. I mean, she tried to help Scarlett, you know, and no good deed goes unpunished. It is what it is, but you know, again, Mersh probably views himself as he doesn't really care. He doesn't care whether she comes on or whatever. But I think that there's a certain amount of, I think he likes to play it both ways with this stuff. You know, that he likes to be, it's just internet and I don't care. But then get all freaking upset and angry when it's convenient.
Well, that's the problem. If I get that concept for other people, but if you make your living on the internet, then I don't think it's as easy to distinguish the two, or to, oh, when I log off, like that's it. That's a classic Aaron line, right? But like your workplace is the internet. So a lot of your life, in fact, your livelihood comes from that. I don't get being able to separate those two that easy when you're in that situation.
And right. And I mean, also too, it's like, um, people who donate to you,
Hmm.
right, or fans or whatever. Oh, great, thanks. You know, like you move along. I've gotten cookie advice from people. You know, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I I was. It was so funny because I didn't think I didn't know whether it was going to come out or not, right? And then I was like, oh, I guess it didn't. It was all good. I was just going to let it go, chalk it up to him having a bad day. And I didn't. There was another message he sent me after that where I just didn't respond
Hmm.
and let it go. And then this morning I woke up to having this sent to me by
Hmm.
like 5 different people.
Yeah, Pest, if you tuned in late, Schmuel tried to ask Mersh about his mood and try to cheer him up, was a little concerned for him, and Mersh responded by calling Schmuel an N with a hard R. So now you're all caught up.
But yeah, and I would like to say I thought it was pretty funny. I was thinking it was really all Dabbleverse stuff. Like he took a
Hmm.
beating, and I was just thinking like that can't be good to
Hmm.
take it, and who he's taking a beating from.
Hmm.
Like I was like, this can't be good. This can't be working for your numbers. This can't be what you want your show to be. Like
Hmm.
in my head, just I don't know. It just seemed logic.
Yeah.
And he'd had the shit week before was a lot of stuff with Scarlett going on different shows and
Hmm.
whatnot. But then this week was Scarlett going on with Ralph. His girlfriend got upset about it. She calls into Melton. I
Hmm.
mean, and it's funny because I like these two people. From what I know, it's not, and I get they're not friends. It's not changing my life. If
Yeah.
they got hit by a bus tonight, you know, it wouldn't, nothing would happen. I'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, did you hear they got hit by a bus? But not more than that. But it was just so funny, especially with the having that about a month ago with the what do you call it? Wanting to be adopted by us.
Mm-hmm.
And I had told them we're going to be down there in April, and this was beforehand that we would take them to dinner, right? So none of that was parasocial.
Great point. If only there was some sort of law enforcement body for hypocrisy. That's really what we could use right now.
And I like the guy, but all I kept thinking after this is like, oh, this is why every relationship that you have, and I regret using the word relationship, but friendship, association, or whatever,
Yeah.
every single one that you have seems to wind up in shit, right? Whether it be the deal with Rumble, Hackamania, all the people that you've dealt with over all these years. He's had Royce. He's got Royce and Royce's wife.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, every relationship that he's engaged in, professional, whatever, there's always some fight. There's always some argument, you know?
I got to defend him just in his antagonism towards Rumble. I think that somebody needs to do it, and I'm glad that he's always sticking it to Chris Rumble. Whether that's a good business decision for him, no, and not particularly. But I like that he sticks it to the views.
Look, I have to say I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that I didn't. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
no.
that it's like
It's not smart.
if somebody else who didn't have a problem with everybody that they've done something with,
Mm-hmm.
right, including suing their employer for discrimination for being fired, right,
Mm-hmm.
had complained, it would have carried more weight than the guy who complains about everything complaining about Rumble, right?
Yeah, you're oversaturating the market. I got it. I got it.
So, but other than that, but I do like the guy. I find him entertaining. I not on a daily basis. I'm not a gotta listen to his show, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do enjoy some of the stuff that he does. I really admire his ability because he tells these stories, particularly about like he'll tell things about because he grew up in Queens, where I grew up, and he will tell stories about it, and it's like I laugh because there's so much imagination that gets added along, and it makes it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not true. But he says it with such belief, you know? In any event, Prop 4793, he's not just dating his groupie, but dating her after dismissing her to a lesser party. It's like you got your own sloppy thirds. So I do believe there that he didn't want to have anything to do with her before the Ralph stuff. Like he didn't know her. I think Ricada was trying to set them up, something like that. And then Ralph heard about it and he stepped in. He stepped in. But I don't know. Oh wait, I didn't. Final boss. I didn't pull up that chat for the record.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one that was, but it's all right. Whatever's in there is fine. So that's hilarious. Wait. And she's pregnant now too? Oof. Nah.
To quote one of my favorite Donald reaction gifs, wow, you telling me now for the first time.
Yeah. This is ho. So it reminds me of other things that I've seen on streams. And I'll use JMO as an example. When Ashley intimated that JMO was like had slidden into her DMs for something a little more than chit-chatting, it hit a button in him, right? And I'm like, oh, somebody must have had accusations like this before. And, it was a bad thing. And so I guess what happened was my, innocuous DM banged right at the, caught you right at the thing. So that would be, but I don't understand how that makes me an N with the hard R.
Oh, look, you gotta go with what you have. Like that's what was on deck. Hey, Final Boss, can you pull up Pest's chat about the first one about ricotta? I think he makes a great point, and I think that we should discuss it.
Oh, here we go. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
Thank you.
talk about ricotta? Why is a married man with 5 kids DMing random e-girls?
Incredible point. Incredible point, my dear Pest. Why should a guy who's on the straight and narrow and is doing so well, and why would he, as I heard, why would he be taking care of paying Scarlett's way to go to Hackamania? That's a little strange for a family man and a traditional conservative such as Nick Ricotta. But I digress.
Well, I mean, Kevin did try to share a room with Ari Jane, right?
Oh yeah, no, that yeah, and he was trying to fuck it. That was the big thing. Mary Jane, who I don't know if those of you in the audience remember, she was about to say on one MLC that the girls on Epstein Island who went down to Jeff Ep Island knew what they were getting into, and she stopped herself short of saying that. But anyway, we're talking about great people, awesome people. Um,
So I misunderstood. And are we saying that Nick got into some random DM conversation with Ice Dancer and then was going to help her fix her life by hooking her up with these guys?
well, I don't know about fixing her life, but I know that she was quote unquote vetted by Nick Ricotta.
Yeah, it's like a little strange. I just assumed that they knew each other, but nothing would surprise me in this universe. But I also think Nick does not seem a guy who's been too repentant about the events that occurred. So he probably thinks he's helping them out, right? Like, I know what I'm doing. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, the state of Minnesota had to say, uh, remind everyone that you cannot practice law.
Yeah, this was a dude. He was asked about that. Does he feel remorse for the shit that he did on Yuzi when we were on Yuzi's show? And he gave like a non-answer to basically say that, like, basically say no, like I might maybe I wouldn't have done everything, but I don't like feel I'm not a guy that like feels remorse or regret or whatever the fuck the thing was. Okay, so yes. So in other words, yes, but you want to front like no, I'm a cool badass that everything I do is right.
Yeah, I just whatever. And again, I met Nick last year. Um, Look, I wouldn't have the guy babysit for me, um, but he might be fun to hang out with, you know.
You
And
think?
Coke and polycules. Although the whole thing is like the whole polycule thing, right? I I'm like, it's people's sex lives. They can do what they want. I I don't really care. But I'm like, in a polycule with Aaron, like just
Get
just
ready for AC.
just we wait a second. Something's really wrong here. Um,
Yeah. Letting Aaron pump your wife. Again, I'm not the morality police. I'm not the Sharia guy that goes door to door. But letting Aaron white in your wife. Oof.
I, yeah, and I think she was more upset about Aaron talking about how much she loved him and their connection that they had.
Oh, Aaron, imagine that.
and, and him telling the wife like, hey, he's a good guy. Yeah, it would be it would be great. Although yeah, the 5 kids and that whole thing is like it's just the whole thing is insane. And what I meant that they knew each other is I know that Ricotta has been streaming forever
Mm-hmm.
and he's got that law talk thing I don't know any of these people. Like, I have no idea about Ice Dancer, whether she was on or not on. Like, I didn't know who she was until months after this, the name or anything, until after it happened. So literally, and I'm naive. So literally, I'm thinking
Send him the link. I'm doing this essentially to
he's
stick
got
it
the
to
link.
him. Okay, okay, jump on, Panhandler. Hang out with me.
I sent him the link. Where I thought everybody had panhandler fatigue.
No, not me.
Oh, okay. No, see, this is where, and this is what I love about this. Okay, I'm trying to raise. Since Schmuel met Ricotta once, before that, meaning Ricotta can do no wrong. That's not what Schmuel said, right? What Schmuel said was he wouldn't let him babysit the kids, but he seemed like he might be a fun guy to party with.
Yeah, I just disagree with him being a fun guy to party with. You can do coke with people who aren't boring, who aren't just terminally fucking boring. That's my disagreement there.
You have to meet him. You got to meet him. He's like it was actually pretty funny. But what was more funny about it, why I thought it was funny, is the number of people that are entranced by him will blow you away.
It does blow me away. I'm saying that if I'm there, I could be hanging out with Tio Hank. I could be hanging out with Nick Ricotta. I know which way I'm going to go.
But I was standing next to Nick at a bar in Las Vegas, and people were basically lining up to talk to him. And boy, can he talk. But they were excited, and Nick was a thing, you know? And I'm laughing because I know Nick from a polycule and getting busted, you know? And I'm only talking to him because he's got to, you got to be in Vegas. You're newly sober. And this has got to be the worst place in the world.
So you got to remember, though, that people, and this is the problem, the failing of this quote unquote truism, the enemy of the enemy is my friend. Nick being propped up because he stuck it to Aaron that anybody, literally anybody, fuck Aaron over everything leads to you lionizing people like this dude who is boring as fuck, as is considered by the greater internet community to be a giant ass hole count with a nasal voice, and he's also annoying and he rambled. So that's my hesitancy. I would infinitely rather spend time dicking around with you, Team Satim, any of the other character, Lady KB, than with Nick Ricotta. I'm
you don't get the I am fascinated, which is the word that I use that people hate, but fascinated to figure out what's going on in these people's minds.
Yeah,
Like,
okay. From
what
a
makes
people
you
what
think
yes.
the way you think.
Okay,
And-
yeah.
And and I had questions for Nick, particularly as it related to like I don't even remember what they were, but the April thing and when did this happen, and how did this transpire? Like, how does this happen? I'm always interested in how things get ratcheted up. You know, you start with one little night in a hot tub, and the next thing you know, your wife is leaving you. But it was weird because I had said, oh, I know. I think my big question was, it always appeared to me that Nick Ricotta was such a pussy that though he wouldn't talk about Toe because his audience wouldn't know who he is, but now he's covering Karm because of Scarlet. Yes.
Incredible point.
I was under the impression that April was the innocent little wood nymph, but that Aaron was really like this threesome thing was going to be a great idea, you know? We're doing this. Like, I thought Aaron was like feeling his oats, and he wanted to do it, and then they did it, and it like he convinced her to do it. And what is it, the old Miss America with Howard Stern, where the guy's dying to get the woman to have a threesome, and she has it and falls in love with the other girl, and then he loses everything and he's begging Howard to get her back. So I asked that question. He goes, Well, April and I talked about it beforehand. And I was like,
Mm.
whoa! Like, you know,
I believe you. Well, April and I talked about it beforehand. Was a little bit more how it sounded.
I don't remember him being as nasally as you are talking about, but I did and I feel bad for everybody, but it's rough because I remember getting sober in the beginning, and I'm like, and I would the last place I would have gone would have been Vegas, you know, and whenever Schmuel says I was under the impression, that means he's trying to lie to the chat about one of his streamer gods from the anti-Aaron, anti-John Cap. Now, I don't have any streamer gods, contrary to popular opinion. But having said that, I do admire what some people have been able to turn this into. And so I will ask him this thing, but I don't have any gods. As a matter of fact, I don't believe in God. But there we go. All right, man. Just unbelievable time. So I've learned that I am a Nick Rekieta ball washer, an N-word, and many other things tonight. Plus, what the chat has shared with me, because they're such a lovely group of people.
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. But it is funny how I don't take most of the stuff. I mean, I guess things with Dan did get personal, right? But most of it, I don't know malware scan, right?
Big malware guy. I'm a big malware guy.
Yeah, but I have no idea who he is, you know. And it's like talk shit. It's fine, right? Like I'm not going home after this. Well, I am home, but I'm not going to be lying in bed at night looking at the ceiling going, malware scan, you know, what he said about me. And that's also funny because I wanted to get Dave on to talk about our phone call, the infamous phone call that went on, because it's completely the opposite, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't asking him for anything. He was telling me what to do, and I was telling him what I was going to do. So have Dan and Schmuel ever met in real life? No. And I don't know if that day will ever come. He's not going to come to Atlantic City, even though this year he was going to have party buses and strip club part. His whole, he did a post AC stream last year with Deb, where he shit all over Atlantic City, the event, and how great a job he would have done and how they would have put all this together, much like he did with Hackamania, you know, like, oh, you know, you do this and you do that. It's like all these great things, but then everybody else does it. Oh, look at this. Look at who showed up.
This guy, what? We saved the day yesterday for Eccles show. He's on this morning with Dean. Now he's with Schmuel. This fucking guy and his glorious chest hair. Fucking A.
I'm doing it all for you, Pan.
Oh, my God. All right, that's the only reason I want to come on. Bust his balls.
Okay, stick it to Schmuel a little bit.
Oh, no, now I'm on Team Mersh, and then Mersh is going at Schmuel? Fuck, Mersh, send me the link, Mersh. Where are you?
Malware, I have to disagree with you.
Let's shit on Schmuel.
Aaron's wife was not ugly. She's not like a 10, but I wouldn't have thrown her out.
Ape? We're talking about Ape?
Ape, yeah.
I mean, again, okay, we're from here. Maybe if you're Aaron and you're from karmic country, but again, you walk outside, you see a lot better than Ape on a regular basis.
Yeah, but she's not ugly. Like she's not unattractive. I don't think. But she's no 10. I mean, I get.
No, she's not a dog, but like, okay, the attractive is also the totality of being. And Ape was a woods girl. She sucks. She was the perfect best that Aaron's ever gonna do. But for the rest of us, we don't have such limitations.
Are you saying we would not have a conversation about Germanic languages with Ape?
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly right up her alley.
No, I look. I thought she's reasonably attractive, and my last visit to the Midwest was Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and Ape is a 10.
Oh, Karmic, you idiot, my cooter.
My cooter. But it was it. Yeah, God, it was whatever. I look. If I were 30 years younger and I was in a bar and April was in a bar, and it was I was out partying, me, Esteban, and Karmic. I'd have walked up and talked to April. I'd have bought her a drink. Uh, I wouldn't have sold my house for her or bought her a $70,000 SUV, but I wouldn't have kicked her out of bed either.
Panhandler, your thoughts?
I honestly have not been listening the whole time. I thought April was an attractive woman. I don't think she was ugly. I think she was, cute. She's kind of my kind of girl where she's outdoorsy and she hunts and stuff like that. The whole Coke arc lost me a little bit. Like Coke was never my thing. But yeah, is she super super hot? No, but for Aaron, I thought she's definitely a good get. No,
Connor for $5 on the super chat. Stick it to Mersh and rename yourself Nick Man. Also, apologies about Champ Chop. You were right. Boom.
did you end up watching the clip or no? You just talked
No,
about.
we watched it.
Oh, did you really? Oh, so now you're a clip show? Jesus Christ.
I know. I said that earlier. We watched 2 clips tonight. I'm really a clip show.
Man, Rangers just ruining everything.
Yes. Soon everything will be a clip show.
How do you feel about clips? See, and the whole deal with Husey is the conversations that we had off air about clips and clipping and all that stuff were so much more interesting than what we had on air. Because he wasn't going to go where I was trying to get him to go, which is why I kept asking him the same question over and over again, hoping he would slip and say what he really thought. But
I think that every show should be at least an hour-long discussion of clip shows versus talk shows. At a minimum, I'm saying an hour.
yeah, well, the part of the deal with the clip show was
Here
what
we
I
go.
really wanted to talk about was not the clip show, but the clipping is clipping good, like,
Yeah,
is it
detrimental
good or
to
is
the
it
original.
bad?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I think that what happens is at some point it's great, and then at some point it becomes negative, and then it goes back to being great again,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, but I was just trying to get Husey to open up a little bit. Conversations you had offline, you mean on the phone? Well, that you can talk through X now. Been doing that for quite a while.
So you actually you use the phone option on X? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I've used it. Yeah, I don't. What do you call it? Actually, that's how I talk to Pineapple.
Oh,
Through that, where he can denigrate me for
There's going to be a whole series on Schmuel's phone calls at some point. Like when everybody turns on him. It started with the Dave Sarah thing, and it's just going to be the Schmuel files, and it's going to be great. I
hope
wait.
they record them all.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm sure they are.
But that's also part of the deal, is right. You don't DM and you don't say on the phone what you wouldn't want your mother to hear, kind of thing. So, other than the language, I don't really. I'm not a talking shit about people kind of person.
no,
But you would know how I felt about somebody if you saw my DMs.
I think people should, when Carmen gets back, one of the things is improved on his show is that he actually picks up the damn phone sometimes. Big Dub called in.
Flimsy was on it at one point where he was killing it, like calling at the perfect time. It was great.
100%. That's why I was so stunned that he actually picked up. That like Flimsy's been doing this for fucking months. He picks up one time. It's like yes, and then Flimsy calls in, and then immediately after the final boss calls in, I guess trying to hide who he was, but Karmic got him immediately. You hate to see it.
What do you call it? Big W. I want to put this back up. I'm releasing all of my Schmuel conversations on Patreon soon. Yes.
Good idea.
Big W and I talk on the phone.
Who don't you
shockingly.
talk to? You're running this whole thing. It is your cabal.
It is the
Jesus
it is the
Christ.
podcasting guild. I have my
Yeah.
tentacles and everything.
Oh man.
And there, what? I called myself Luigi Greenberg like a moron.
But does anybody know how long this tour is of Felicia's? Like, is it another 4 weeks that Carmax is gone?
No shot. Like, nah.
What is this, week 2 now? I can't keep track. I don't keep track. But he's been there a while, or been with her a while, right? Like, and the worst part about it is he's such a bitch, or he doesn't have his license, that he's just a passenger princess this whole time. Like, he can't even drive for her, and she's the one doing the work on top of everything else.
Bro, in an emergency situation, like, you would think, God forbid something fucking happens, you would want to be able to drive.
Well, he knows how to drive.
I'm not saying that, Schmuel. We heard from the great Joey C that Carmen's had his license taken away twice, which is 2 times more than I have. But
and just do we know why?
Driving without a license.
It's like my brother-in-law. He never renews it.
But even just the logistics of it, she works nights, right? For lack of a better term. So you would think she could crash in the car. He could drive during the day. They could enjoy the new city a little bit during the day once they get there. Like, so she's working and driving. I mean, he is a total bitch. He really is. Fucking useless. He's useless on every level.
Oh, you say that with your chicken arm panhandle.
Right.
Oh, ladies, I'm panhandler. Look at the ink I got on my arm. I'm what are you, 5'5"?
It's wild. He's a wild dude, man. Wild.
So I just, because this is me, I'm gonna go here. There was somebody put up. It was Frankfurt M. Hold on, I had put it up and then I took it down. Or it came down.
He's got a question for you that he
right. He's always got a question for me. There's a recorded call out there somewhere with Schmuel saying, "What's trolling and is Sam Bibley doing it?" Also, it's obvious that I look up to Melton. Well, Melton's like 6'8". I'm 5'7" or 5'8". So you go there. But what's so funny about that, and Dave releasing it, is Dave was telling me about something he was doing with Sam, and I was doing something with Sam, and I was just like, "Oh, is he trolling, or is it like is it just a regular question?" And that's what it was. It wasn't like, "Oh, is Sam Bibley trolling? Is that what he does?" You know, it was just sort of this throwaway comment, and I'm laughing because I'm like, there's nothing like hearing back these things and getting them said to you in different ways.
He's not trolling, Hoss.
I don't think he is. That's
Good.
That's the, because he's always been honest, I guess, in answers and stuff. But I'm also not asking him, like, he doesn't troll me. He's not asking me. I don't know. It's not like these other guys that are, calling, "Hey, what do you think? You think, is Ranger out there? Like, does he just chop down the fields when we're out at the Dabbleverse thing?"
Yeah, it's that's for me to know and everybody else to find out.
So, are you going to be in Atlantic City, Mr. Panhandler?
No, I cannot make it. Unfortunately, I wanted to. I was hoping, Dean would have me on, like, Ranger, since Ranger's on the, man on the streets type thing, or I could pull a Ranger next weekend. He won't be able to stream as much, so maybe I can slide in as a backup. No, I can't make it, AC.
Here's your chance to be a guy. You've always wanted it.
No, I don't want it.
This is a perfect time to start the Mr. Panhandler hour.
Right. It sounds like it will be a good time, though. It sounds like a lot of people are going. And the V-Bar is going to be open again, so I hope you guys have a good time. Have fun. And stay away from Tommy, because he seems incredibly annoying.
Tommy and I are already talking about Atlantic City. And he's bringing his equipment with 2 mics.
He couldn't even make it to Tuki's show on time. So when he blades you, I'm going to laugh. You know what I'm saying?
He's in charge of SchmuelCon, I heard.
Oh, good.
That's coming up right after CatalanoCon. So, yes, Pat's not coming. Pat's not coming.
The
Pat
greatest,
won't be there.
the greatest comedic moment of Schmuel Talk. That episode, the side by side of Panhandler originally saying it, then
Yeah,
you
I
saying
lost
it, then Dave saying it is just gold.
I did lose it. That was a little.
It was a
That was
great.
sincerely upset and like
Oh,
blurting
I
out a
know.
little bit. Yeah.
I'm not in the mood, Panhandler.
He does, but again, since we're talking about Schmuel talk and kind of private conversations, like he does, I think, try and agitate me. Like I think he does, even like when we're not on cam. Like I think he tries to like slow troll me or something, and it just makes me nuts. Like
He's
he
not going to
knows
fast troll you.
he's
That's
like
for damn
W
sure.
two. W does the same shit. Where he'll get me fucking annoyed at something with some other guest on Clown Town, and then he'll go run and take a nap, or as soon as he stirs the pot. You guys just fucking. I gotta stop falling for it, but I can't.
No, what it is we know you're in a good mood before we call.
Yeah,
and
you
then
want to
we're
ruin
like, we plot it, and we're gonna call and say, all right, let's see if we can get Panhandler raging about this for 2 days.
it? Right.
And then we see you on the stream that night, and you're losing your mind. This is, I'm Malware's getting bored. SchmuelCon. I'm bringing Nick Rekieta so Schmuel can kiss his feet.
Not to go backwards, but how'd you guys even get onto Nick with the KB Nick clip, or how'd you guys get onto Nick? Because that's not something you usually talk about, Schmuel. You don't
I
even
think
know.
it came up in relation to Mersh's girlfriend. So,
Who you didn't know the name of, apparently.
who I didn't know the name of. That's how involved I am in the relationship.
I'm gonna go watch that clip again. Put myself in a better mood. It's in my favorites.
Greatest line of the night from Dang Lizard, Schmuel Talk, where incompetence meets rage baiting.
That's what we do here.
Should put that on a t-shirt.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna
Yeah, now you guys wrap it up. I just wanted to hop on and give Ranger
leave
shit.
them while
give
the
shit.
audience is
Thanks, guys.
loving
See you,
us.
Panhandler.
Thank you so much. Oh, he's gone.
He's
He
out
did
like a
not.
light.
He. I don't think he really wanted to come on tonight, but
He was
I
not
also
in the
think
mood, you might say.
He's. But I don't think he can resist. I think it's like if he gets the link for all his tough guy stuff. If he gets the link, he's like, I don't know. Should I not go on? Should I go on? But I do keep breaking his balls, telling him that he's a guy, that he's got to get his own show.
Yeah.
You know? But it is a lot easier being a guest than asking for guests.
Sure.
I will say that. And rage baiting is what Karmic did to his dog.
Home run.
What does this say? NJ, have Schmuel pull up TSN chat. Oh, malware scan. We're getting. I'll save. I'll do a special show on buying views, but I got to figure out how much it is. Although I did do some research, and I found out that YouTube is concerned about it, but not nearly as concerned as I would have expected them to be.
Yeah.
Like their goal is to eventually get to a place where nobody is buying views and doing other because it helps them with their advertising. But the reality is it's baked in, and they know it's there. And so what they say is there's an expected amount, but not an accepted amount.
I like that little turn of phrase.
I thought it was pretty good too. It's definitely corporate, right?
Yeah. What I wanted to ask, okay, this if we're going to do a dedicated views paying show, that's fine. What I want to ask is, I saw a clip of Shuli saying that they're going to be moving away from Stuttering John, only to see these motherfuckers covering Stuttering John later that night. You can't write this. Like, come on, fellas.
Does AB, this is the other one was the funniest. This is the nicest one. Schmuel inspires actual conversation. Thank you. That's the entire goal of this. So I may ask a question a different way 17 times. It's my way, I think, of saying you're not answering my question. So I want you to I want you to answer it. Maybe answer
Okay.
it the way that I want to. Anyway, um, I heard him say that. See, first I heard him say. No, he didn't say this. First I heard he said they were no longer going to cover Stuttering John.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then I saw tonight a clip of he and Miss Judy. And Miss Judy asked him that question. And his response was eventually, but when we do, you won't know. Like, we're not going to announce it. We're just not going to do it.
Oh,
Happy Black History Month, fellas.
you too, Tim.
Thanks, Tim. And as a honorary hard R, I'm all for it. And then he said, and he did say that if they go away, John goes away, which I don't know that John would go away, but I think a lot of his super chat money would go away.
Yeah, I disagree with that completely. I think that they would have to do what I realized early on after watching them cover him and then realize, oh shit, you can, Frank Lucas, go straight to the source. You can just watch Stuttering John. And I think that that is some of the bigger projection that I've ever fucking heard. If Stuttering John goes away, they go away, as they essentially went away when he went away. So I think that this is what they say in the business world. This is puffery. It's not bullshit. It's just puffery.
So, yeah, two things. First of all, is this the real obnoxious John? Schmuel and Mersh's girlfriend have a lot in common. John, don't go there. You're the one guy at the moment that really shouldn't be talking about behavior internet-wise. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think John is watchable. Like, I can't watch John. But I also don't really watch the Shuley stuff either.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, but it does come in, you know. I mean, it definitely is. It's in the zeitgeist, you know. So I hear it. But I don't know. What are they going to do? Because that whole show revolves around Stuttering John, and that seems to be what they do. And none of the other stuff that they have done ever seems to have caught on.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why it's a little funny, also a little grating to hear these guys say that if they go away, John goes away, knowing damn well that the exact opposite is true. And these guys were essentially on the balls of their ass until the Duke made his big return, which is, as much as I enjoy watching Stuttering John, I was hoping that he wouldn't, to starve these motherfuckers out. But like moth to a flame, he just can't help himself.
I have a feeling that they would both. They need. I'm not saying Shuley. I'm just saying John needs another side. I don't, on his own, right? With like all of the bravado that he expresses, all of that great parent stuff, everything else. It wouldn't be interesting if there weren't people out there pointing out that, like, no, this guy doesn't pay his child support. No, this guy left his kid because he wanted a drink. And how dare they not give my kid dinner?
Well, the difference being that, like, for as much as I am no fan of Lady K, Carl covers other people. These other guys, KB will cover Ray. His other Pocky has his own shit going on. These assholes have him. That's it. So that's the real difference. He will have an enemy faction, regardless of what the fuck happens. It just doesn't have to be these guys. Without, again, TSN tried the anti-Karen show, and they got spanked so bad numbers-wise that they decided to go on Super Tips so we can say, oh, well, Playboy doesn't show that. So their attempts, to your earlier point, their attempts to do anything else, even a show that is the same format. We're going to do Uncle Rico with KB. shit didn't pan out, and that was the closest analog compared to their other stuff. Okay, here's a random like whack pack style person, mentally handicapped person. Let's watch them. It's all extremely diminishing returns compared to Stud Joe. And if it didn't work for KB, random little side characters that nobody knows who the fuck they are is not going to be the thing. A new morning show is not going to be the thing when they already had the BS show. Like,
I agree. So Joey C threatens Dave Sarah, and then Dave disappears, and no one thinks it's weird except me and AB. I was just going to answer that question. AB, where is Dave Sarah?
Dave is safe.
Sarah was out fishing today.
mm-hmm.
I talked to Dave today, and one thing does not have anything to do with the other, but coincidence leads to speculation, and you know, I'm reticent to start making assumptions about these things because I've watched them be made about me. You know, where somebody will say something in a chat somewhere that I haven't heard, and then I've done something, and they're like, "Oh, look, he responded this way because we said that." But I didn't find out that you said that until well after I was doing it. So I don't really know. But Dave disappearing for weeks at a time from the internet is not unusual. This is a real common thing. Actually, Dave caught for the very first time, this was yesterday, caught a fish on a hook. So there you go. He should have been out there. And Obnoxious John says Schmuel likes to talk to a lot of random men. I do. I love talking to men. And see, and then this is where it all gets started. This is what I love. Thank you, Sam Bibley. Schmuel is covering something up. It's fucking great. I love it. I love it. So that's fantastic. But I don't know if they, what do you call it though? I don't dislike. I'm not friends with Shuli. Like I'm friendly with him, talk to him, whatever. I don't wish him any harm or anything bad. I don't hate him. I don't like none of those things do I care about. But at the same time, if we're going to be honest, the reality is that the only thing that he's done that's really been successful has been the John stuff. And beyond that, I think they've tried other things and the other things don't work. And then something that you just said when we're talking about the anti-Karen thing, I was speaking to someone on the phone today, and both of us were saying like Melton got lucky with Aaron, right? I don't know whether he saw it. I'm calling it luck, but it could have been skill. Who knows? But like, I got to be honest. When Melton is doing Michael Ray Bauer, or he's got this trans person cooking or something now, I don't give a shit. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm a big Bauer head. I enjoy him covering Bauer. I don't so much enjoy the random other fats that he covers that we have no reason to like. Bauer has an interesting story. Like he was a child actor, and now he's like this neurotic, living in a shoebox ass dude that's always doing videos. So that I'm here for. The other stuff, but I get your greater point that like, yeah, you have some content that people love to watch, some fools, if you will, that people love to watch covered. It's not all the same shit. And I also think that you gloss over, for somebody who supposedly doesn't have a problem with Shuli, you gloss over his weighing of shit. I think that was a bit. Now you're going to deprive him of one of his big credits. I think that's it's a little ungentlemanly, Schmuel. I expect better.
The weighing of shit. Butch 59. Bob said Shuli was angry. He didn't fake laugh like them. Sign of a real talent. That's not actually what Bob said, but that's neither here nor there. Because there's always stuff here with the subtlety. I think it wasn't that he was mad that Bob wasn't laughing. It was that they were having an issue with Bob acting like he didn't give a fuck that he was there. So, I don't know, but what can I tell you? But it wasn't. Those were not Bob's exact words. And when I've talked to Bob, Bob says, you know, he's like he just wasn't into it anymore. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And
That's why Ray asks if we're into it.
you know. So and oh wait, and we have to talk about Ray, but let's get AB up here. Pat's teeth are the talk of the town. I want Schmuel to give at least 5 minutes on the teeth. Look, I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on the teeth other than to say, you need them. You got to take care of them. And to me, things like teeth, health insurance and stuff, that's the stuff that comes before, your Netflix subscription and cable and internet and all that other stuff. But, I'm an old boomer, so what do I know?
I think that Pat did himself no favors by responding that it looked broadly like his teeth, but that he thinks that it was altered. I don't want to misquote him, but he said that he was fucked with in some way because okay, that those are two kind of like hard to reconcile things, or like you're admitting that but then somehow this was edited in post. It did not really pass the
It
sniff
looked to
test
me
for
like
me.
he was eating an Oreo cookie, but
Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
that's what but it was basic, like, but I didn't see anything, what do you call it? Other than that, I mean, I haven't seen anything. I saw the last time I've seen Pat in person was, I think, last summer, and I didn't notice anything about his teeth that was unusual.
Okay.
So, I don't know. But if you're not taking care of your teeth, I mean, if you're comfortable with that, I mean, that's a problem, right? Especially given the career that you've chosen. But Pat is going to be at Hackermania, so I will look that gift horse in the mouth and say, Pat, smile for me. And usually guys with teeth like that have breath that you can't get within 100
Yeah, no,
yards.
you're gonna know. But yeah, I think that Ron Fuddle used that picture as a response to Sotho Joe Burrow saying that oh, you know what? Now I'm going to be in the Pat Dixon business for free to stick it to her because she claimed that he was lying about them. And she's like, oh, well, this is your new business partner. And I'm sitting here thinking, hey, Miss Professional Comic, this is your old sexual partner.
Right.
Now, either Pat's teeth fell apart in the last 5 minutes since they've been apart, but this is the dude that was banging you multiple times that you guys went back to each other. So why would you set yourself up like that? Like,
And but that's her. There's no thought, right? I think we went over this earlier. She doesn't think. She's only thinking in that moment. She's not thinking about what it means from before.
Yeah, we call this
after.
little kid lying in the business.
Right. And she's doing the whole stuff with like the therapy and the counseling and all that stuff. It sounds to me like she's repeating what she thinks it's supposed to be as opposed to what it really is. And then when I'm a big, like, I like therapy and all that stuff. Like, I think it's good. But when you hear a person is going from therapist to therapist to therapist, that always seemed to me to be, what do you call it? You're not getting the answer that you want from that person. So you're going to keep going to find somebody that you do. And, look, it's like going to a chiropractor. You could be like an annuity for the guy's grandkids,
You're judge shopping. No, I agree 100%. And I personally, as a therapy guy, I don't appreciate how Felicia weaponizes the most surface level therapy talk ever to inflict on the next person. That
Her
Yeah,
tweet was
that was.
he's your cult leader or something like that. Did you see my shirt?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering what the fuck that was. Okay, I fuck with that. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, whatever. I just, it's weird to me. Like I wouldn't let my teeth rot like that. If that's
Good.
if that's what's really happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I never know, right? Like I never know what's real and what's not. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna see him, in a couple of months. So there we'll go. But I've not been like talking to him lately or any of that. And I'm a little bit, I'm a lot actually drained on the Carm stuff, or the deep psychological analysis
Mm-hmm.
of what's going on. Because I don't think the guy is. I think he's like a manipulative little cunt, you know.
Okay.
And I just feel like he's gotten away with it most of his life, so he's just gonna do the stuff that This is not. I don't need to sit around and spend a lot of time thinking about it or
Mm-hmm.
personality types. But my thing is like I like talking to Ricotta because I'm trying to figure out what's going on in his brain, and somebody else finds him like you would
Sure.
rather do anything.
Complete
So
bore.
to each their own, and
Mm-hmm.
if everybody did the same show, we'd have nothing to watch, right?
Sure. I agree with that 1,000,000%.
So but Carm's teeth aren't incredible either.
Great point, Malware.
I'm not. Yeah, teeth are not something for me to discuss because mine are between the cigar smoking and tetracycline as a kid. I one time went and had the tooth whitening thing done,
Mm-hmm.
and the doctor comes in afterwards and he's all excited and he's got the mirror. He's gonna show me, and he's like, "Did you have a tetracycline when you were a kid?" Because the dentin made the dentin turn dark.
Okay.
So that stuff, what it does is it opens up the pores, and it's like you can see through your teeth, and that dentin in there is really white, except in people like me who had tetracycline. But they used to give that for acne,
Okay.
and it turns that dark. So it's like your teeth are fine, but you're never gonna have a Hollywood smile.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to get a set of Turkish teeth, and then walk around being called chiclets all the time. Because those things never seem to fit in one's mouth quite the way they should. And Kumi is whatever those are.
Yeah.
I'm 64. There's got to be like they have to have be obsolete before the money would run out for what they had cost. And there you go. My brother-in-law had some gum disease. He had to have all of his replaced, and it was like $100,000.
Oof.
And I'm like 50, and I'm trying to calculate out whether it's worth it or not. But that's it. Anything else, my friend?
No, I'm excited to see you down in that city they call Atlantic.
I am as well. When are you going down?
I'm going down on Thursday.
Cool. I'm going on Friday. Thursday seems like a bridge too far, but you'll be up there with all the big boys. What's very funny is these people call me clout chaser and all that other stuff. I'll be all alone, and you'll be up in Melton's room, sitting on the couch, streaming. Melton's actually getting a room with a couch this year.
Oh wow! Is he gonna get breakfast bacon and movie theater soda as well?
I do the bacon thing. His thing, the whole we're gonna have him spurg out over not having the bacon on his sandwich.
That's yeah, of course. That when everybody was having breakfast last year, and I got to the table, I asked him, I was like, "Oh, Pat, you get your bacon, you get your movie theater large size soda." He's never gonna live that down.
And yeah, and the other thing is Ray with the sandwich in his hand. Ray, they got you a hot cheesesteak sandwich from White House Subs. You can't take that upstairs and put it in your fridge.
No.
No, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do. And of course, he brings down his own beer that he bought at the gas station.
Look, I can't knock him for that. I'm gonna bring down some champagne because again we saw KB and Tio Hank running up the bill, getting us all buckets of Budweiser. And I'm trying to. We have to keep it on a budget. I can't be running through the company funds on sundries. No,
Well, it
no.
was funny seeing what's his name, KB. With the just
Mhm.
people just picking up the phone and just ordering shit, and I'm like, it's got
That
to be making him crazy.
it was. We were having a time and a half, but Anthony Cumia didn't approve of it. Sorry, it wasn't. Sorry, it wasn't such a classy affair as the Chrissy Mayer Content Hotel at the Villa Aroma in the
Oh my
Catskills.
God.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that, but and Villa Roma is like destroyed Gino.
Hmm.
Didn't help Matt Mead. That's for
Mhm.
sure. And what a fucking dud that was. And
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing Chrissy Mayer put out these tweets now. Like, we're going to be discussing some subject on,
Oh wow, wow. Let me
know?
take out my notebook of really important shit.
right? Like, and you look at it and it gets like 3 likes. There's like 0 movement on it, and I'm like, this chick's got 100,000 subs.
Yeah, it's all you would be forgiven for thinking that all her engagement is bullshit. I will never forget because Karmic went to bat for her. Well, maybe the reason is that you can promote videos on YouTube, and I did that, and that was his explanation for why he has 6,000, maybe now 7,000 subs, and gets just like whatever 50 to 150 people watching. Um, and I saw Chrissy with fucking Mario Bosco on. Half an hour into it, 50 people watching, 100,000 plus subs. Like, how are you going to sit here and turn to me and tell me that there's no monkey business going on?
Yeah. So, and in any event, I don't drink alcohol, so I will not be bringing anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if I know Mrs. Buckman and I know Mrs. Buckman, yes, we will be bringing her. She will be bringing her own cocktails,
Hell
mostly
yeah,
wine
Cookie.
and what. Yeah, because it's why spend it? Why spend it? And I felt bad. Like, I don't know how these guys do it. Like, I was watching Jason Bentley kept picking up the check at the lounge bar last
Mhm.
year, and I'm like, I just was like, I wouldn't. No, I don't need anything, Jay. Like, I'm good.
Mhm.
I don't need anything. I just go get it myself. I feel like you're taking advantage. Like, people, if he wants to spend it, you know.
He's a real gentleman. I will never. I have a photo on my phone of Jason Bentley and Mrs. Bentley, and he's there standing next to Chad, who had talked at that time, not really so much anymore. Infinite shit about him, and especially about Mrs. Bentley in a very nasty way. And he's just got his arm around Chad's shoulder, and it's like Chad is in the sunken place from Get Out, like he's just sitting there, like. And Jason Bentley is one of the friendliest, most gentlemanly dudes that I've met in this. And Chad knows that he fucked up. Chad, who is diminutive in stature, Jason Bentley is a big ass boy, and I just got my arm around my good buddy Chad. It was just, I look back on that picture fondly.
That was after he met, because when Jason walked up to Chad in the hall, like in the casino area, whatever you want to call it. Chad was a shaken, nervous little mess.
100%. 100%. He was, again, the motherfucker was vibrating. Flimsy said that he was like that last time. Chad has both denied it and then said, well, the reason I was like that at the first AC is that we were putting on a comedy show and we didn't have anything prepared. Well, you're a 20-something-year veteran comic. Putting on a show should be something that you're used to by now. And it also reminds me, again, of his, like, Chad, the next day, he everybody was treating him great that first day, despite his nervousness. The next day, this motherfucker goes up to his room, the safety of his own room, And he's like, all these guys talk shit, but they wouldn't say anything to my face. It's like, bro, how would you have preferred this to go? You want, again, I said on Dean this morning, you want Flimsy and I to pack your little ass out of the Borgata lobby bar, and then I get Bob Levy for life from MGM property? Like, is that how you would have preferred it? Like, no, the shit was not happening, and his ass was not throwing hands if that's what was going to happen. So what is this, the expectation? And then when you're completely safe and you're about to go to breakfast with Ken Mosca, oh yeah, all these guys are pussies. Anyway, like I'm in my room and I'm leaving in 5 minutes. So great
and
time to get ballsy.
And he was, and he was down there with Melton. Melton had offered like him Hackamania and
Mhm.
stuff. It was all very nice, very legit. And then he's up, an hour later in his room, and he's lying to me. You can't trust him.
You lied.
And you're like, it just such a frustrating individual. But I'll close with this. I invited Jason and Jen to, I think it's McCormick and Schmick's. It's the steakhouse at at Harrah's, because the stuff was closed at the Borgata, and we went to dinner. Now I'm taking them to dinner, and Jason wouldn't let me pay the fucking bill, and he wouldn't even let me split it. And I was like, he's one of those guys. If you walk in, you got to take care of it first. Like you got to go up.
Because otherwise there's going to be no chance.
And Jason's not a guy that you want to argue with. He's
No.
a big fella.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited to see him.
And they're fun. Yeah, I'm very excited to see him as well. All right, guys. Ranger, I'm gonna let you go. Have a great night. I'm gonna say goodnight to these guys, and then we will be back on Tuesday. And your plugs, your show.
I don't know if we're doing a show this week, but we will be doing some shit from AC, irregardless, as they say in New Jersey. So apologies for that. As Wednesday night, get done at midnight. If I have to drive down that next day like that, going to be a little rough, but you will see something from us.
Leo Gunn, $2. You guys see Ray Boldface lied at Dr. Steve tonight? No, I did not. And
no, but it tracks. It completely tracks. This would not be the first time, would it, Leo?
And Steve, I will say, Steve is such a great guy because he will stand there and people will ask him like a medical question, and the answer will be, well, you maybe need to not drink a jug handle of vodka a day or something like that. And they'll be telling Steve how they haven't been doing that forever and whatnot. And he doesn't he's very nice to them.
Yeah.
And he continues with well, and you might want to get some help, where might be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. He has incredible bedside manner.
What a great guy. And he is supposed to be on soon, and I have failed to put it together. So normally NJ Ranger is 8:00.
8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. NJR Live Wednesday night. Usually.
NJR Live Wednesday night. Yes. And no matter what Husey says, it's a great show. So
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And clips and well done.
Yeah, clip shows and talk shows, uniting cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria.
Yeah, and the only thing with when it comes to me with clip shows is I don't mind a clip show. I like a clip show, like your clip show, where you've done the work and you've put it in, rather than
Chad sit there and play a Doom clip and then with a fucking limemouth face, and then every 3 to 4 minutes, oh, that's not good. Ray sucks. Ray's a liar. I feel
just,
you.
You're just using it to fill time, and you're going to give us your comedic response,
Yeah. Yeah, such as it is.
All right. Good night, my friend.
I'm out, bro.
I'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Yes, you will. With bells on.
All right, people. Schmuel talk. Thanks everybody for being here. There's 84 of you in the room, and I can't tell you how honored I am to be able to pull that off Well, actually, I didn't. I had NJ Ranger and Panhandler help me do it. And Mersh calling me the hard R, that probably didn't hurt either. But it's been great. Nice to be back after a little bit of a break of a few days. And I totally enjoyed that. And I would redirect you someplace, but it doesn't look like anybody is live. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just close with 80 people. Thank you very much. And this doesn't, whatever, this is not, Frank, you got to read the goddamn tweet, Frank. She said they're ugly. I didn't, what I said was, have you been to Missouri? Okay? Meaning, we have plenty of ugly people of our own. Genta. Hey, Genta. That's cool. Glad you're here. And DeVitoed into Bolivian. Ray sucks. We're gonna see Ray this weekend. I actually meant to ask Ranger. He's headlining Friday and Saturday at resorts. So I don't know what dates we are going down. I don't know what night we're going to see Ray. I will be down in AC on Friday. We're going to bring some shit down. And NJ, yes, if you want to talk about that, you can pop back on. But yes, Carl is going to be in AC. So AC has never been, it's been Tukey Melton and a KB kind of thing. And there's never been anything going on like planned. It's just take over a bar or make sure there's room in a bar, and then everybody just comes and goes during that time. And then there are streams from people's rooms, Melton usually. But as we're into 2026, Carl wants in on all the action. I think he wants to come and actually meet all us little show guys to feel better than us. But or let us know who he is. So that'll be fun. But I think there's going to be more things to do. But who knows? I don't picture Carl as the big gambler kind of guy. But in any event, yeah, Carl will be there. I don't know, man. That's pretty much about it. But I was saying I took a few days off. The Dabbleverse thing was it gets tedious after a while. The whole Scarlet thing, and I'm like, I'm done with that storyline, and hope we move on. John TSN, excuse me, I yawn. All right, so I think that's it. I'll be back on Tuesday evening. Possibilities of something tomorrow. Was asked on by Mr. Hughes, but I don't know if that's confirmed or whatnot because that was postponed once. So that's it. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe, become a member. Doing all that. Stallion 19 NJR is popping back on. I thought if he will, we're going to be here. This is me stalling to give NJ a chance, but I don't want to sit here and say NJ's going to pop back on and he doesn't. We got that? So I'm sorry, Genta. What did he lie about? That's what I'm missing. So there we go. AB, we've been putting up your chats all goddamn night long. Schmuel pretending he can't see my chats, brutal. What the hell are you talking about? What am I big dogging you for? I've been putting up your chats all night long. Schmuel, you wanted to talk about Siggy Jones. I did? Why? Is there something going on? I don't know. Siggy and I are great. And what do you call it? I don't know. I did see, what did he? yesterday's tweet about somebody on the Epstein list, I think. So I have no. I don't think I wanted to talk about Siggy Jones. I think Siggy was the best, just the best. He was a mod. He was great. Loved having him, and welcome back. And I don't know. I got nothing but positive things to say about the guy. So there we go. NJ Ranger 2-1. Yes, Harry, I'm the new bull in the Ricotta household. I will say about Ricotta, the thing that I thought was, what do you call it? Interesting about the only Ricotta news that I saw this week was the Josh Moon guy lost his mind because he was turned down for they desperately tried to get the body cam footage, and the Court of Appeals or Appeals Court or whatever it was in Minnesota just turned him down, and they've given up. And Josh Moon supposedly donated $6,000, which is the money he had left over, or the total amount that he got to do this, to some animal shelter. But God only knows. And by the way, I did send my $100 donation to Disabled American Veterans. I don't know if the person that challenged me and said they were going to send it, has anybody seen the receipt from there? I'll let you guys go on that. Doom Buckman, do you like cinnamon rolls? No, sorry. But probably more because I can't eat them than I dislike them. In any event, NJ Ranger 2-1, cinnamon rolls, some of the only sweets I'm interested in. I can't eat anything with wheat in it, guys. So it's like, you know, do I like them as opposed to can I have them is always the big question. So there we go. All right, let me go. I just had an epiphany. Schmuel feels best when gossiping about the anti-Aaron, anti-John Cam wins. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Listen, I got to get out of here. Good night. Love you guys. Again, please hit the like button on your way out. And if you're watching and you're not chatting, subscribe. Be really.
Schmuel talk going heavy metal. Chatters all rage when Schmuel talks all